Deadpool vs. Deathstroke, Mercenary Mayhem. A high-energy montage kicks off, Deadpool cartwheeling through gunfire, slicing bullets in half with his katanas. Cut to Deathstroke moving with lethal precision, taking down enemies with flawless marksmanship. Explosions, slow-motion leaps, and iconic stances fill the screen. A blend of heavy rock and dramatic orchestral beats pumps up the adrenaline. Hey there, comic aficionados and lovers of all things mercenary. Ever found yourself awake at 3 a.m. pondering who would win in a no-holds-barred clash between Marvel's mouthy mercenary and DC's deadliest assassin? Well, ponder no more. Today, we're throwing down the gauntlet and diving headfirst into the epic showdown, Deadpool vs. Deathstroke. That's right, folks, Wade Wilson taking on Slade Wilson. Coincidence? Comic conspiracy? You decide. Both are elite mercenaries with superhuman abilities, combat skills that make special forces look like amateurs, and enough weaponry to arm a small nation. So grab your chimichangas, settle in, and let's unravel who would come out on top in this mercenary mayhem. Deadpool, the merc with a mouth. First up, the one and only Deadpool, everyone's favorite fourth-wall-breaking, wisecracking anti-hero. Deadpool, aka Wade Winston Wilson, made his first appearance in The New Mutants number 98 back in 1991, thanks to the creative duo Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza. Wade started as a mercenary with a heart, well, kinda. After a terminal cancer diagnosis, he was roped into Canada's Weapon X program, yes, the same one that gave Wolverine his claws. There, scientists tampered with his genetics, gifting him with a regenerative healing factor but leaving him horribly scarred and, let's be honest, a few fries short of a happy meal. Horrified by his appearance and mental instability, he escaped and embraced the mercenary life with a newfound zest and a penchant for breaking the fourth wall. Powers and abilities. Let's break down what makes Deadpool tick, or rather, what makes him virtually untickable. Deadpool can recover from virtually any wound. Lost an arm? It'll grow back. Incinerated to bone? Give it a few minutes. In Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, he survives being shredded by a grenade launcher. His healing factor also renders him immune to diseases, toxins, and most chemicals. Sorry, poison darts, better luck next time. Capable of lifting up to 2 tons under duress, Wade's strength outclasses peak human limits. His agility and reflexes allow him to dodge point-blank gunfire. In Cable and Deadpool, he outruns an explosion while making a sarcastic quip. Mastery in martial arts like judo, taekwondo, and hapkido. He's proficient with swords, firearms, and pretty much anything that can cause mayhem, even if it's a rubber chicken with a nail in it. Personality and traits. Deadpool is aware he's a comic character. He chats with readers, critiques his own stories, and even fights his writers. Seriously, check out Deadpool number 250. His chaotic nature throws off even the most seasoned opponents. In Deadpool vs. Carnage, his randomness disrupts Carnage's symbiote connection. Armed with an endless supply of quips, pop culture references, and sarcasm. From poking fun at Star Wars, to mocking his own movie adaptations, nothing is off limits. Notable feats. Defeated Taskmaster, who can replicate any fighting style, because Taskmaster couldn't predict his erratic moves. Killed the entire Marvel Universe in an alternate storyline, showcasing the terrifying potential when he goes off the rails. Survived a point-blank nuclear explosion in Deadpool Annual Number 1. Resisted telepathic attacks from Professor X due to his fragmented psyche. Weapons and equipment. Typically made from carbonadium or other fictional metals. They're his go-to for up-close and personal combat. Dual-wielding pistols, assault rifles, shotguns, you name it. He's an expert marksman and isn't shy about showing it. When he gets his hands on one, it's game over for anyone trying to pin him down. In Deadpool and Cable, he uses it to outmaneuver foes constantly. Allows him to disguise himself or create illusions. Handy for pranks, or infiltrating enemy bases. Deathstroke, the Terminator. Now let's talk about the man, the myth, the one-eyed legend, Deathstroke. Slade Joseph Wilson first appeared in The New Teen Titans number 2 in 1980, a creation of Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Enlisting in the U.S. Army at 16, Slade quickly climbed the ranks due to his exceptional skills. Selected for a secret government experiment aimed at creating super soldiers, he gained enhanced physical and mental abilities. But it came at a cost. Personal tragedies, including his son Joseph losing his vocal cords and his wife Adeline leaving him, pushed Slade into the life of a mercenary. He became Deathstroke, the world's deadliest assassin, taking on contracts that no one else could handle. Powers and abilities. Slade can lift about 1,000 pounds, placing him at the peak of human potential. His reflexes are so sharp he can deflect bullets with his sword. He can recover from injuries that would incapacitate or kill a normal human. In Deathstroke number 15, he recovers from stab wounds overnight. Utilizes 90% of his brain capacity. In Identity Crisis, he formulates strategies in milliseconds, outsmarting multiple superheroes simultaneously. Master of military tactics and hand-to-hand combat. Trained in boxing, jujitsu, and ninjutsu. He can anticipate opponents' moves before they make them. Personality and traits. Every move is planned. He sets traps within traps. In Titans, number 5, he manipulates events to isolate and defeat each team member. He adheres strictly to the contract. No unnecessary killings, no deviation, unless the contract changes. Commands respect and fear without uttering a word. His reputation precedes him, and he uses it to psychological advantage. Notable feats. Neutralized the Justice League single-handedly in Identity Crisis, using their weaknesses against them. Defeated the Flash, Wally West, by predicting his movements and setting traps in advance. Survived fights against meta-humans like Wonder Woman and even held his ground. In Deathstroke number 8, he outsmarts Lobo, an alien bounty hunter with super strength. Weapons and equipment. An alloy unique to the DC universe, capable of cutting through almost any material, including some magical barriers. Equipped with customized weapons featuring enhanced accuracy and destructive power. His suit often includes North metal, granting additional protection and sometimes flight. In Deathstroke #1, Rebirth, his suit can adapt to different combat scenarios. Head-to-head comparison. Now, let's pit them against each other and see how the chips fall. Unpredictable, improvisational. In Deadpool vs. the Punisher, he keeps Frank Castle on his toes with unorthodox tactics. Disciplined, strategic. In Deathstroke vs. Batman, he matches the Dark Knight move for move. Deadpool's regeneration is near instantaneous. He reattached his severed head in Deadpool Volume 3-9 feet moments after decapitation. Deathstroke heals rapidly but not instantly. Significant injuries can slow him down. Deadpool's superior healing factor gives him durability that Deathstroke can't match. Intelligence and strategy. Flashes of brilliance amidst the chaos. In Deadpool Annual number 1, he outsmarts a villain by exploiting his own reputation. Consistently outthinking opponents. His plans have plans. In Teen Titans, number 44, he manipulates events over multiple issues. Weaponry and equipment. Deadpool's teleportation and holographic tech can create confusion. Deathstroke's advanced suit and gadgets offer defense and offensive capabilities that can counter Deadpool's tricks. Mental state. His insanity can be an asset, making him resistant to mental attacks and unpredictable in battle. Mental fortitude allows him to stay focused under extreme pressure. Experience. Has fought cosmic entities, time-traveled, and interacted with alternate realities. Extensive military and combat experience, often facing off against entire teams of superheroes. The hypothetical battle. Let's set the stage for this epic face-off. A rundown urban port at midnight. Cargo containers form a labyrinth, shadows cast by flickering floodlights. A storm brews overhead, thunder rumbling. Both mercenaries are hired under dubious circumstances to eliminate a high-value target, each other. Neither knows the contract is a setup orchestrated by an enigmatic third party interested in observing their capabilities. First encounter. Emerges atop a stack of containers. Hey, didn't I see you on the cover of a DC comic? Wait, am I in the wrong universe again? Silently scopes Deadpool through his rifle's sight. This isn't a game, he mutters before firing. Mid-battle dynamics. Bullets fly as Deadpool cartwheels off the container, dodging shots with acrobatic flair. Whoa, someone's grumpy. Didn't have your morning coffee? He returns fire with his own pistols. Deathstroke anticipates Deadpool's moves, leading his shots to where Wade will be, not where he is. A grenade lands at Deathstroke's feet. He kicks it back without missing a beat. Explosion ensues. Use of abilities. Deadpool closes the gap using his teleportation device, slashing at Deathstroke with his katanas. Deathstroke blocks with his Prometheum sword, the clash of metals sparking in the night. Your healing factor is impressive, but everyone has a weakness. Deathstroke deploys a neurotoxin gas, designed to disrupt regenerative abilities. Deadpool coughs. Is that lavender-scented? Fancy. Climactic moments. As the neurotoxin slows Deadpool's regeneration, Deathstroke capitalizes, landing precise strikes to immobilize him. But Deadpool, in a moment of clarity, uses a holographic projector to create multiple illusions of himself. Deathstroke activates thermal vision to identify the real Deadpool. Final standoff ensues. Both are battered, resources dwindling. Outcome scenarios. Deadpool's unpredictability and sheer stubbornness allow him to outlast Deathstroke. He lands a lucky, or was it, shot that incapacitates Slade. Looks like I win this round, Terminator. Wanna grab a chimichanga? Deathstroke's strategic acumen prevails. He disables Deadpool's tech and traps him using an electromagnetic net laced with carbonadium, suppressing his healing factor. Contract fulfilled. He walks away as Deadpool shouts after him, "Hey, you can't just leave me hanging," literally. Or perhaps, in classic comic fashion, they realize they've been duped and team up to take down the mastermind behind the setup. Conclusion. Phew, what a roller coaster. So, who truly has the edge? Deadpool's advantages lie in his unmatched healing factor, unpredictability, and sheer tenacity. Deathstroke's strengths are his superior intellect, strategic planning, and mastery of combat techniques. For an expert crowd like you, it's clear that context is king. In a random encounter, Deadpool's chaos might reign supreme. In a planned confrontation, Deathstroke's preparation could tip the scales. Ultimately, it's a matchup of chaos versus control, the unpredictable force meeting the immovable object. So, seasoned comic scholars, where do you place your bets? Does Deadpool's insanity trump Deathstroke's intellect? Or does planning and precision outdo unpredictability? If you enjoyed this deep dive into comic lore, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more expert-level analyses and ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Share this video with fellow enthusiasts who love dissecting every panel and plot twist as much as we do. Hey, if you thought this was over, think again. I've got sequels planned, spin-offs, maybe a musical. But only if you smash that like button. Seriously, I need the validation.